Mom! 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 Mommy! 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 Mama! 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 Ma! 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 Mom! 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 Mommy! Mommy! Mama! Mama! Mama!
What?
Welcome back, everyone.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
I got scared. I dropped my hot pocket.
I'm drinking rum.
It's Rum and Nerdy.
I'm drinking rum.
The time has come.
I'm drinking rum.
So grab a glass, some ice, your bottle, cause we're about to drink some rum.
Kicking like I usually do, drinking.
I'm drinking rum.
Here's Greg and Garrick.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Rum and Nerdy. I'm Greg.
And I'm Garrick.
And today we have episode 5.16, the 1973 through 77 Monte Carlo.
That's a very specific and yet oddly broad range of automobiles, Greg.
Yeah. So welcome to the Mother's Day special.
Aww. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Yeah. So this car was picked for a reason. I got a story. Mom's story. This was about the time I was 3 years old in Kansas City. You knew I was from Kansas City, right?
I'm
not talking to you. I'm talking to listeners.
You may or may not have mentioned it once or twice.
Yeah. Anyway.
Always.
So Country Club Plaza, which we've also talked about. Very, very beautiful area. You've been to it many times yourself.
Yep.
In 1977, had the creek that kind of cuts through there, Brush Creek, had a really, really bad flood, like insane.
It was like 16 inches of rain in an hour or something like that. Like it was nuts.
Yeah.
We say that as it's this entire afternoon has sounded like the intro to Robert Miles' Children.
Yeah.
These
are not added sound effects.
It was a really nice kind of rolling thunder in the distance, and then a nice calm rain up until the lightning strike across the street.
Yeah, which reset the computer enough that we had to return on the microphones.
Mother Nature reset the podcast for us. That's right, listeners.
But that was prior to
God himself hates our podcast.
Yeah, and shrimp.
# new pope.
Oh, and the rains. It was actually hailing here very lightly earlier.
Really?
Yeah, like pebble. Like really, really tiny.
Oh.
So it was raindrops.
How does it feel to have been smoted?
I don't know. Refreshing, I guess. Anyway, back to the story. So 1977, my mom was driving we're trying to remember the year, but we think it was around in 1974, 75. Monte Carlo.
I think 3 to 7 is that genre.
Yeah.
The generation. So.
But what we could use to validate it is it's actually in the Kansas City Star. You can look it up. It's a very famous photograph from the cover of the Kansas City Star in 1977 during the flood of the two cars just sinking into the water, like up to the windows in water. And there's two cars. One's a station wagon, and one is a Monte Carlo.
Is that just in the parking lot or the street, or what's going on
so
there?
I don't know if that's the creek or the street next to it, because
solid plane of water is what we're looking at.
The creek there, which as you know is like 20 feet deep, 15, 20 feet deep, and the bridge. So in theory, the right side of the photo is the bridge, because that's that Moorish revival architecture on the other side.
Yeah.
So I think this was just on the street level, but that watery spot behind it, I think, was where the creek was. So it was along that wall, that knee wall along the creek.
Either way, as we were looking up photos, there's only a handful of reoccurring photos that show up for this event, and this is one of them.
Yeah. So the family has these newspaper clippings somewhere. It just occurred to me today, and I was like, well, I'm not digging through boxes and trunks to find the picture when it's online. But from what I hear, that was my mom's car. She was working.
She brought
at
you
the hotel
home
there.
from the hospital.
Very likely.
In a car that died a watery death.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm assuming. There's no way in hell you're rebuilding that.
Nah. Insurance totaled that out.
Yeah.
For shizzle. Anyway, so the car this week is named after my mom's car. And we're recording on Thursday. It releases tomorrow on May 9th. May 8th would have been my mom's 81st birthday. Today would have been my mom's 81st birthday. And this is it's not to the day. It was actually later in the year. It was 10-year anniversary of my mom passing.
Oh,
So it's kind of a hard day for me.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, but we'll remember her, and we'll remember everybody's mom today, and tell mom stories and just talk about shit as we drink red wine, because that's what my mom drank.
It is.
Cheers to
Mabuhay.
here's to moms everywhere. See if I can get that. Hold on.
Yeah, there
that
you
sounds
go.
nice.
Look
That
at
sounds
that.
nice,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna see if you can't do the. What? Ew.
What? You're supposed to sip it.
Yeah, I don't like that. Let's see if I could do the.
I don't think you can. I think you got to have crystal, right?
Yeah, maybe.
These are not crystal.
These are weird glass and they're oddly shaped. Fine, stupid non-crystal glass.
Yeah.
I was trying to rub the rim and make it do the hum thing.
I really think it's got to be crystal.
I think you're.
I might be wrong.
No, I think you're right.
I
Let's say you're right, because I couldn't make this one do it, so clearly it's the glass's fault.
Yes. Glass. Stupid glass.
Blame
Anyway,
it on the glass, yeah.
Anyway. all that said. So I know, my kids are celebrating Mother's Day with their mom on Sunday, but we're going to do something next week. I think next Thursday. And it's actually a busy week next week because Wednesday's your birthday.
Wednesday is my birthday.
And Friday is your birthday celebration. And then Saturday is your kid's birthday celebration, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll have to record next week. That's a busy week.
And then this weekend, I'm taking my kid to the Georgia Aquarium.
Yeah.
She's going to spend Mother's Day alone with me at an aquarium.
How did that work out? You just didn't swap back for Mother's Day, or?
No, realized that Mother's Day was on a dad weekend and Father's Day is on a mom weekend forever. So
Yeah.
we're just like, hey, you know what? I'll make the sacrifice. I want to do this. I think it'll be cool. So
Okay.
yay.
Ours was, we always just like that day, we just, no matter whose it is, it's just, we'll swap.
We were going to do that, but I had tickets at Georgia Aquarium, or I wanted to book tickets at Georgia Aquarium. So
Cool.
and it's
Well, it's about the kid.
it was a birthday gift to the kid too. So it's kind of
Yeah.
I didn't think about it until I was about to ask for permission. I was like, oh fuck,
So it's all good.
it's all good.
So
It worked
you
out.
driving up?
It'll be fun. No, we're gonna fly.
Fun for her.
She likes flying, and I got a new Delta American Express credit card for miles accumulation.
The official
Delta, the official airline of Rum
and
Nerdy.
official credit card of Rum Nerdy too.
Are they? Well, we absolutely
guess.
need to start writing them letters asking for sponsorship.
Do you have the purple one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the metal one?
Yeah.
You look like a total baller, like throwing it down the table. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
That's
The annual
cool.
fee is
It
like
clanks.
incredibly high, but
The club.
so many perks.
Yes, all of the perks.
Yeah.
I looked at the perks above it and the perks below it. I'm like, yeah, that's really the one you want.
Well, and it's like I've got to renew my global entry,
Mm-hmm.
and if I pay for it with that, they'll basically wipe the charge.
And that's a major chunk of the fee. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, about a third of it, I think.
Mhm.
But yeah. So, and I do need to do that soon. I'll work on that maybe next week.
you should.
Anyway, yeah. So that's gonna be fun. I think next week I'm just gonna make some dinner. We'll see what's going on. This weekend, I think we're just doing nothing. But
Just doing nothing?
yeah, I mean, on Sunday I'll like send nice text messages to all the moms in my life, whether they're mine or not. Sandy was just up in Kansas City for her mom's birthday a few weeks ago,
Nice.
and I had sent a couple presents. One, the socks, like wearing around the house, keeping your toes warm socks, the fluffy ones. That on the bottom of them, so when you're sitting, your feet are up, it says "Best Mother-in-Law Ever."
Well, it's convenient because Sandy's mom is in the age bracket where, ooh, sweet socks is not a.
Yes, so am I.
Yeah, it's totally.
Yeah,
I'm on team
my
underwear. I'd rather get underwear.
My wife really likes socks.
I got socks. I just bought a whole bunch of new socks.
But
I
did
bought
you
s-
buy underwear? Because you've never bought yourself underwear.
I have never purchased underwear.
Yeah,
I'm really trying to go my entire life without actually purchasing underwear.
I tried to do that for your Christmas present.
That's fine. I put it on my Christmas list. Somebody got me underwear.
You know what I should do? I have your birthday present.
You should just get some underwear to go with it.
No, I should just go down and get your I mean, it's such a small thing. I should go down and get it so that we can. You should. Yes.
No, this is a Mother's Day episode. We can do my birthday in next week's episode.
Okay, fine.
I appreciate it. I mean, my birthday lands on Mother's Day like every 3 years or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm on one of those weird days where I have to share.
Yeah.
And then Maddie's birthday is a couple days after mine, which really upsets her, by the way. She's like, your birthday's first? I'm like, well, I was born first, but I want to be first. It's like, it's okay. Your birthday has trampolines. Mine is going to have pizza at Grandma's house. They're totally different.
You know, and it's funny because my dad's birthday is February 15th, and I'm so alone. I'm an orphan.
You are an orphan.
And it's February 15th, but my entire life, he told everyone it was on the 14th because he thought it would be such like a baller move with the ladies to tell them my birthday's on Valentine's Day. I'm a lover. Nobody cared.
My birthday's on the day after Valentine's Day, so you can get discounts on dyeing flowers and stale chocolate.
Right? Stale chocolate. Indeed. So, yeah. You doing anything with your mom to celebrate her? Oh, real fast. I do want to finish.
Oh, my God.
The other thing I got Shane's mom was a T-shirt that says, I have 2 titles. Best mom, best mother-in-law, and I rock at both of them. And that was me settling. For the last 3 years, I kept wanting to buy my son-in-law's my favorite kid shirt, and Sandy wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
Like, violently wouldn't let me.
Yeah, you should totally just send that to her anonymously.
I thought about it.
Give me the info. I'll send it to her. Hey, Greg's asshole friend sent me this shirt. I kind of like
Technically, I'd be off the hook.
it. You would be.
Okay.
Look
Anyway.
at that. I got your back, bro.
That's my mother. What are you doing for your mom?
So I usually take her out to dinner. Well, like a dinner or lunch or brunch. It completely depends on what's going on.
Now, are you back on Sunday? Are you going up to or Friday night and coming back Sunday or
Saturday morning to Sunday night.
Okay.
So the day itself is kind of shot, but
you do
take her out during the week or something like that. Yeah.
Still a busy week because
There's a lot going on.
you got Mother's Day and then you got makeup
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day,
Makeup Mother's Day,
birthday,
makeup birthday.
and then,
Well, it's like observed.
Yeah.
Actual birthday and then observed birthday.
So what day? We got to record next week. What day?
Thursday? Is there? No. Maddie's Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah, whichever day isn't your makeup day with your mom.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. Anyway, lots of stuff going on next week.
Yeah,
I'm trying to set up some lunches.
I remember a couple of years ago, I took my mom to brunch on Mother's Day, and I picked her up at my Mustang. So, like, I pulled into the driveway, and Mustang is not a quiet car. Just sitting there.
It is not.
I kept calling her. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna pick you up. We'll drive out. I found this little diner like out in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, I'll pick you up. We'll take you out to brunch. She's like, oh, that'd be awesome.
I love brunch.
And I pull into the driveway, and she came running out. She's like, I heard you pulling into the driveway. And she was so excited. She's like, oh my gosh, I get to ride the Mustang. And it was a lot of fun.
That was Sandy's mom. She came down I don't know, a couple years ago, and Sandy was at work. I was working from home, and her mom was staying with us, and I ended up taking her in the Corvette to downtown Winter Garden for lunch. And when we got down there, she's like, will you take a picture of me sitting in it? I'm like, yeah, you want to drive it? No! That was the 65.
That was fun. And you let me borrow the 65 for, was it my dad's birthday? I think it was my dad's birthday.
Yeah, it was one of them. Yeah.
I can remember it was Father's Day or my dad's birthday. I think it was my dad's birthday.
Yeah.
Because that was his favorite genre of vet. And
yeah.
And he's gone his whole life idolizing that car, never gotten to drive one. So I got a picture of him behind the wheel of the car driving it, and he was just like, "Oh, this is awesome."
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you guys did a little bit of work because
Oh
the
yeah,
drive shaft was rubbing, and you
Yeah.
guys put a bracket on.
Yeah, we took it up to my brother-in-law's place, put it on a lift. That was a fun day. It was a fun day. I like taking my parents out for dinner and stuff. I did that, because my dad was he goes that ski race every like February, so he's just kind of gone. And before he got back, I took my mom out to dinner, just the two of us.
Yeah,
went to this seafood place that she really loves, and it was a fun time.
Speaking of seafood, honest answer, rum and foodie.
Mm-hmm.
You came over, had dinner.
Yeah,
and that Cajun shrimp thing was
Yeah.
something I made up a couple years ago.
it was really
I just
good.
looked at what was in the refrigerator. And it's like, oh, we've got heavy cream, we've got some butter and this and onions.
It was really good.
Yeah. You like it?
I do.
Cool. Had I made that for you before?
You have not, but I am a terrible judge because I have incredibly low standards. So it's like, oh, you cooked this just now? This is amazing.
Yeah. This was not frozen or from concentrate.
Yeah, you didn't.
Just add water.
Yeah, you didn't poke a hole in the bag and microwave for 10 to 15 minutes or whatever it is
That's
for the
funny.
thing, and yeah.
I was just reminded of a Frank Zappa song lyric.
Hmm.
Just add water, it makes its own sauce. He was not talking about dinner.
Frank Zappa, his rants on fascism were outstanding.
Yeah, and accurate,
And
scarily.
not applicable at all. Yeah.
Yeah, no, what? Anyway, so yeah. So what's your favorite mom story? What's like the mom thing?
My favorite mom story. I got a lot of them. And my mom is just awesome. It's very hard to describe. So, so like
You're nailing it. I mean,
she's awesome. So, growing up,
I really love your parents are great.
I
love your parents.
My parents are awesome. My parents are so awesome. Like sometimes I'll go over to my parents' place and like my other friends, like Nick will just be over there like having dinner with my parents. I'm like, oh, I came to pick up a thing.
Nick is a weird.
You're just having dinner with my. Okay, cool. Oh, I told you my buddy Anthony's coming into town.
Yeah.
My buddy Anthony used to go out partying and then just crash at my parents' place.
It was just closer.
Oh yeah, your mom made me breakfast. It was awesome. I'm like, okay,
Not weird
cool.
at all.
No, like he my parents were like, yeah, he just stays on the couch all the time. Like,
It's still
he keeps toiletries in the spare bathroom. Like whatever.
the Nick relationship with your family is just it's funny to me because it's just like he would just come over for dinner and just like
Nick,
like once a week, right? Like
fairly regularly, yeah.
like if he was there anymore, you'd have to write him a lease.
Nick's a guy who I have probably spent, and this is not a joke, the past 10 years, every Christmas morning I am in my pajamas drinking eggnog with Nick, watching Die Hard opening presents. Like it's like he's that integrated into my family. I
thought you and I were close. That's
no.
close.
I say my buddy Nick. He's the closest thing I have to like a legit blood brother of just like he shows up.
But
you take a bullet for me. He hangs out in pajamas at dinner all the time. It's a weird duality.
okay, cool.
Like don't get me wrong. If I was assembling,
I'm the one that gets to die for you.
Yeah. If I was assembling a crew, you're the first person I call.
Okay.
Nick is 7th or 8th.
Yeah. If I was working on a car and needed somebody to hold the flashlight, it would be Nick.
Yeah, or I'd go to my brother-in-law's place and I'd be the one holding the flashlight.
Okay.
Better analogy. I was going up there to throw my car on the lift and do some work, and you're like, hey man, do you need me to like swing by and help? And I'm like, Greg, I appreciate the offer. In the situation where I go to my brother-in-law's place, I am the help.
You did say that. I just wanted you to know you weren't alone.
That's why I said I appreciate the offer, but in the hierarchy of automotive repair skills and this, like
you still should have had me because like my participation would have been, I would have been the color commentary.
No, I totally get it. Like in the automotive repair hierarchy, you're Chris Tucker, and I
You got knocked the fuck out.
yeah, and I'm Colonel Sanders. So I'm above you, but still, it's really a superficial title.
Fucking Chris.
And then
Tucker.
my brother-in-law is like Chuck Norris. So that's the, yeah.
That's funny.
That's you should wear that as a badge of honor. Like, I'm the Chris Tucker of auto repair.
The Chris Tucker. Yeah.
Oh God, I used that. There was
Have you greased down the hydrosplats?
God, I can't remember what.
I'll go get the wiper fluid.
Oh, it was Archer. It was Archer. I use Dane Cook as an adjective all the time. It's like I can't remember. Somebody was talking about Taekwondo. I'm like, oh yeah, I practice Taekwondo. Taekwondo, the Dane Cook of martial arts. and so that was the Archer line, but I'll use that usually in inappropriate like work settings where someone's like, hey, we're going to specify this product. That product? You mean the Dane Cook of CCTV cameras? Wait, what? Like, no, it's...
That's funny. Is that the wish.com version of...
It is, but it's slightly more obscure and I think slightly more funny if you get it. So in the event that you land a Dane Cook reference, it's outstanding. Otherwise, you just look like a moron in front of coworkers, but whatever.
That's funny. That's funny shit right there.
I enjoy it.
So I was going to go somewhere else, and then I forgot. So I'm just about done with my red wine. I did buy a bottle of something we have not had in quite a long time.
No, and because, and I assumed it's because it's our Campbell Soup rum.
I got it because it's the rum. I mean that's a good way to put it because I needed some Campbell soup today. I had a rough day.
You did have it. I was. I'm not saying I was surprised as to how rough a day you had, but like I don't know if I was prepared to process how rough a day you were having. When you said it, when you said it and you laid it out, I'm like, oh, I totally get it.
Yeah,
but then
I don't know. I mean, sometimes Sandy's like, but you're in touch with your feelings, and nice. Anyway, welcome home, Bumbu.
Bumbu, 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 Bumbu.
So, doesn't mean anything to
the
us.
The conclave of rum has elected a new bottle.
I was going to go there. I was going to say we got a new pope today or yesterday for the listeners.
Oh.
By the way,
yeah, my favorite joke is that
you poured 2 glasses and handed me the bottle. How much have you had to drink?
I just knew what kind of a day you were having. The fact that what?
Kook.
Oh, you want a Coke? Oh.
Just a splash.
The fact that Chicago was able to elect a pope before getting a quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards is fucking amazing.
But an American pope, really? He better be able to speak Italian.
American Pope, isn't that a Green Day song?
Yeah,
I just think in the world today,
you'll drink the rest of that.
If the Catholic Church is going to throw down, they need an American Pope from Chicago, South Side, someone that shows up and be like,
hey,
yo, fuck your pizza. Yeah,
it's like, hey, you come here for communion? What's going on, yay? You want your wafer?
In unrelated news, I hear the Vatican's getting a Buc-ee's.
Or an Italian, beef or whatever.
Ironically enough, they're in Italy, and yet someone's going to show up with a Maggiano's or something.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Speaking
Speaking of which, I was in Chicago last week.
I know this about you.
I had...
You were also in Wisconsin.
I did. I took a little day trip up to Milwaukee. Went to it's Algonquin. Went to Real Chili, which is, I know you hate it, but...
I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it.
Yeah, which is basically the same thing. I enjoy it. It's whatever. But
try the bisque.
Try the bisque. Jerk, that was amazing. Was that Sean or Dan that we said that to?
No, the people that work there.
No. I think we joked about it, but Sean or Dan walked in.
It
The
would have
last
been Sean.
The last person to join our party walked in, and he's like, "Oh, what's good here?" And we're like, "The bisque is fucking amazing." And the joke, listeners, is that Real Chili in Milwaukee, open since like 1931 or something ridiculous. You look at their menu, and it is literally chili, large, medium, small.
Do you want
Coke,
noodles in it?
Coke, beer, add noodles, add cheese. Like that is it. And all of that is on one of those old school menu boards where you have to like push
little plastic things.
The little plastic letters you have to push in. Like this is like an old school hole in the wall, no bullshit chili joint. And we had one of our beloved TEA friends, friend of the industries, friend of the show, shows up late. We have been sitting there eating for a while, and they show up and like, oh man, this place is, I don't know, what should I get here? And you look at the menu, and it's literally chili, small, medium, large, hot or mild.
Yeah.
Like that's the extent of the menu. We're like, oh, you have to get the bisque.
See, I just remember.
I remember saying that because you and I joked about it because.
But like, I remember talking to the guy, and he's like, "We don't like this. Just shit like that." I had a legitimate half an hour long bit with this guy.
We fucked with the guy, and it was great. But my favorite part was fucking with our friends.
Yes.
Who's like, what should I get here?
The bisque.
And it was a here is your sign moment. We're like, oh, you have to get the bisque. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And this is wood paneling walls, things
yeah.
on the side. Like, yes.
Yeah. The
I
last
believe
time this had any visual upgrade was 1981.
The radiators in that joint are from 1929, and I think they were last painted in 1965. Like, it is bisque. What?
Yeah. I just remember
the newest
dude.
The newest menu item is Miller High Life, literally.
Yeah, that's how you had him.
So, but we told
The
him
champagne of beers.
You got to get the bisque. Walks up to the guy, straight faced, ordered the bisque, and the guy behind the counter was like, "Dude, what?" And
that was me.
No, I swear.
No, because the guy kept looking at me, and I'm like, I don't know. A buddy of mine said I got to come here and get the bisque, and he went and got the lady, and he's like, "This is the owner."
I'm new. Do we have?
Yeah, he's like, I've been working here for 6 months. We've never had bisque. Let me go get the owner. I'm like, and I wanted to stop him, and let's see how this plays. And she came out and was like, "Who told you I had bisque? Like, my family's on this." Like, I'm like, oh, there's just this buddy. He's like, oh, if you're gonna go there, you got to go to this chili place, but the bisque is also really good. And for like a half an hour.
Either way, it was fun. So did Real Chili, but went to the Real Chili of Chicago.
Oh, there's one there too.
Well, no, it's the equivalent hole in the wall iconic establishment in Chicago.
Gotcha.
The
same weekend.
Yeah, same weekend. Yeah, because it did kind of a Milwaukee Chicago thing. It was the Billy Goat Tavern.
Oh yeah.
In lower, it's not Lower Wacker. The seedy underbelly of Chicago. Remember in the Dark Knight movies, all of those underground roadway chase scenes with the Batmobile and bullshit. Chicago has a lot of lower streets. So there's the upper street where you can see the sun, and then there's the lower street where they film Dark Knight movies. And this place is in a lower street. And then when you're in a lower street, it's actually, you open the door and it's in a step-down basement. So you're in a basement that's underground.
Hope it doesn't flood there.
Yeah. You look out of the window because it's like the Cheers bar. So all of the windows are short and they're really tall. So you look up them and where you would normally see sky, there's just parking garage roof, basically. But the Billy Goat Tavern, kind of a Chicago landmark. If you're a Saturday Night Live fan, this is the cheeseburger, one Pepsi, two cheap. Like that plate, that bit that old
John Belushi
70s bit. Yeah. That's the place. That's them making fun of this place.
It's funny that you make a reference that leads to John Belushi.
Yeah.
Because in that record player, still on, because I was listening to it today, soundtrack for Animal House.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's a good soundtrack on vinyl.
That's fun.
Because,
oh yeah, I see the cover of that. That's super cool.
Yeah. Pledge allegiance to the frat.
Well, so just to tie up the Billy Goat Tavern thing.
Yeah.
So Chicago Cubs fans, do you remember the curse of the Chicago Cubs?
Kind of.
Curse of the Chicago Cubs.
It's a sport I don't think is a sport, so whatever.
Yeah, in a city that you don't acknowledge being better than Kansas City.
Who implied that?
I don't know. It's not Kansas, so it's like,
And I don't think that Kansas is the best city. I'm just saying it's pretty good.
It's the best city.
No.
No.
I couldn't bring myself to move back there.
Oh, no way in hell.
Yeah. But like I could move to London.
You could, Well, the curse of the Cubs, the
Yes,
curse of
sorry.
the goats and the thing. Some dude showed up to a Cubs game with a fucking goat and tried to get in to watch the game, and the Cubs wouldn't let him in. Like, you can't bring your goat in here. I'm like, what the hell?
Wouldn't have let them either, but goats are assholes.
They are. And I've always heard this story, and I was always thinking like it was some rural hillbilly shows up with livestock. Like, what the hell? No. It was the owner of this bar, the founder of the Billy Goat Tavern, was trying to bring the bar's mascot into the Cubs game, and he's the one that cursed the Cubs. The fact that this bar wasn't run out of Chicago,
right,
over the 100 whatever years that the Cubs sucked. Anyway, so this is that bar. They have a whole bunch of like tavern merchandise that's Cubs themed. That's like, hey, those are the correct colors, but you're falling outside of copyright infringement, so you're probably fine. But yeah, so ended up. Oh, and at the Billy Goat Tavern, Chicago landmark bar, texting with friends, they're like, oh, you have to do a shot of Malort and an old style beer chaser. Apparently that's like a Chicago staple. And they're like, oh yeah, it's called...
One more bit of evidence that Chicago's not that great.
No. It's like a Chicago handshake. You got to go order Malort in an old style. It's great. I'm like, well, when in Chicago, this sounds awful, but we'll see where this goes. And the waitress comes over and we're like, hey, could we get two shots of Malort and 2 old style beers? And the waitress, without skipping a beat, she's like, yeah, 2 handshakes, got it. coming right up. And that it shows up on the bill, Chicago handshake X2, and it's shot of Malort in an old style.
Did you see the Instagram I sent you about Malort?
No. Oh, the Malort sucks?
No. The coffee thing.
I tried. Well, the little lozenges.
No.
Oh,
there's
no.
a coffee.
What?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to splice this in so everybody can hear it. Hold on just a second. Okay, so it's not going to let me pull it over, but it is on Jepson's Malort Instagram page with Nickelback Burn It to the Ground, and it's a iced Malort mocha. So it's an iced coffee.
It's like, hey, can I get an iced Malort mocha at a coffee shop?
Yeah, and it's a iced mocha cappuccino thing
with a shot of Malort.
Yeah, in the bottom of it, and the guy's like happy. But it's funny that you say a Chicago handshake or whatever because they hug. Like she's like absolutely, and leans over the counter and they hug. So I don't know if that's a Chicago hug. But
I don't know, man. It's comical. I
mean, and they're social media. They lean into how bad this is
because it's fucking terrible, and I love it. And the more I think about it, the more I love it. It's just so shitty and it's so awful. But there's like a community of people that embrace how shitty it is and how awful it is, and it kind of sums up Illinois like a state. It's just bad, and you don't want to be there, but it's fun to visit, and we can commiserate on how awful it is.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Anyway, so I sent that to you.
That's fucking hilarious,
right? And Jepson's fucking Malort.
So they had those little throat lozenge things. The Malort sucks.
Yeah.
And I ran out of time. I say I ran out of time. In actuality, I showed up to the freaking Billy Goat Tavern like, oh, yeah, I got to get a cheeseburger because it's iconic, drink an old style, and then we can go on, bar hopping. There was also a Cubs game playing, and the place was amazing. Cut to like 3 hours later, still there. Like, oh, fuck. I love these Formica bar tops.
I love you from Mega Bar Top.
I love shitty old bars.
You know,
I love
some of them are
shitty old
fantastic.
bars.
Some of them are like, this is not
From
good.
mica bar tops, crappy linoleum tile,
Oh, yeah.
dark wood paneling, that weird
I remember
ACT
that
thing.
last
with
time
the
that you and I were in
cigarette smoke.
Chicago. Like, we went into a couple
Fucking
of whole.
love it.
Remember there was that
Love
one
it.
that had that pre-mixed that it was like a $3 shot, and as long as you just didn't care what it was, and we got 2 or 3 of them. It was like on a corner street just north of the river.
Where the fuck were we?
It was just north of the river, like on
Yeah.
the streets that they closed down for pedestrians on like Friday nights.
yeah. I don't even remember. I don't remember that part. I mean, that was.
It was just another, like we were bar hopping. It was just another place, but it was like that old shitty. But then they had those things. It's like, this is whatever we can get for shit.
But
for
that
cheap.
was like Main Street old shitty. I'm talking those.
Like my dad's bar.
Like those mid '70s neighborhood street corner supper club fucking bars. Like those are that Midwestern staple where people own property that happens to live on an intersection, like a cross street. Like, you know what? We could turn our living room into a bar and we could live upstairs. Brr. Like those places, which I think only exist in the Midwest, are fucking amazing.
Yeah. It's like, I know my dad, and they serve food, and I don't know how they got away with it, but their food, like he had basically like a deep fryer he bought from Costco, and a couple of microwaves and an electric skillet. And that was the kitchen with a hood. And it was just like a house hood. It wasn't like an industrial hood. Somehow they let him
No
get away with it.
3-compartment sink. No blah 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 blah.
No,
blah.
he was lucky to have a sink. They didn't have dishes, so they didn't want to do anything. So it was just like paper plates and like this all gets thrown away. We're not washing it.
Whenever I get hammered by building officials, in the permitting process for commercial cooking establishments, I often think like, what else is out there, right?
Yeah, it's the what about her emails excuse. But her emails. Yeah.
But you don't have a 3-compartment sink. We don't have running water. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's like there's a toaster oven and a microwave from 1973.
You know what? I bet you most of the refrigerators from 1973 still work. Those freaking olive green and they call it harvest gold, but it was really more of a urine yellow. I think all of those appliances, they were just made to not die.
So the house I lived in high school with my dad and my stepmom, Jenny,
Yeah.
that refrigerator was a built-in. And it had that, the big, heavy steel door that when you shut it, it went chunk, and it had the mechanical clicking lock.
Oh, the one that would kill children?
Yeah. Yeah. It was like a walk-in freezer lock on a door.
I love the
that
fact
started a foot off the ground.
I love the fact that I referenced killing children in regards to appliance locking mechanisms, and without skipping a beat, you're like, yeah, that exact one. There was a whole Punky Brewster episode about that one, and I'm really fucking old. Moving on.
Speaking of killing children, have you seen the latest Star Wars? Sorry.
Andor?
Yeah, no. I started watching one of this week's trilogy.
I finished yesterday, and
So you're up through 9?
oh my god! And we're still inside the spoiler window, so we can't talk about this week's.
But you're up to you're through 9. I'm at like 7.
I'm through 9. Oh my gosh, that show is delivering everything that you want it to deliver at the caliber you want it to deliver it at. Like I believe it's the highest ranked Star Wars series that has ever been released.
Yeah.
Star Wars show fucking deserves it all day long.
Yeah, it's really good.
It is absolutely incredible. And I saw a thing.
My bad.
Oh my god. The end of this week's, or so whatever episode last aired on Tuesday of the
9.
the little trilogy.
79.
There's a Star Wars Rebels episode that basically picks up after that.
Really?
So they're the Andor, whatever is happening within the Andor series, there is a chunk of that is of Mon Mothma's journey that is bridged by a Rebels episode.
Didn't you or somebody else also send a thing that there was like a secret episode for Mon Mothma?
Yeah, that was it. That's the that's the Rebels episode.
Gotcha. I'll have to go back and look at that. Watch that.
Yeah, I was actually
so
in preparation for today. I was going to pull up exactly which Rebels episode that is, so that all of our friends out there that still refuse to watch the fucking cartoons can tune in and see exactly what
suck
they're
it up and
missing.
watch it. It's such good content.
Rebels Season 3, Episode 18, titled Secret Cargo. So, I don't want to spoiler anything from this week's episode, but that Rebels episode basically picks up after the third episode in this week's drop.
Gotcha.
So
it should be 9 because they've been dropping in trilogies.
Yeah.
Outside of that, so I'm not through that, but I'll get caught up and we'll do like a whole Andor season 2 wrap up when it's appropriate. But I wanted to say too. So I think I'd previously said Sandy and I watched. It was a single season Dexter New Blood.
Oh yeah,
which was like 15 years later, 10, whatever it was, and his son shows up.
Showtime or something like that.
Yeah, and then or Max, but yeah,
Oh no, I have Max. I didn't think it was Max. I thought it was Showtime. I thought it was something I didn't have, and that's why I didn't watch it.
Oh, it's either that or Paramount. It's one of those two.
I have
because we don't have Showtime.
I have Paramount, so I could have sworn. Well, whatever.
I'm pretty sure it's HBO.
Huh.
But HBO and Max are the same thing. So it's like if it was one of those, then it's on that. Either way, we started watching. We're only a couple in to the reboot that started last week, which is Original Sin, or not last week, last year, which is about Dexter when he was graduating college and becoming an intern with the forensics department at the Miami Police Department.
Interesting.
And the casting's really good. They got the two main characters they've got. Are obviously Dexter and then his sister. Mm-hmm. And he does a lot of the physical mannerisms.
Is their dad in it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Played by Christian Slater.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, yeah. There's a really good cast for this. So there a lot going on, but the mannerisms, the casting's really, really good for Dexter specifically, but his sister, the script was written really, really well because, she cussed all the time. Mm-hmm. And the sister says the same kind of like cuss word shit.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
Okay.
But some of the other casting that they've got is pretty fantastic too.
I miss that show. Not only do I miss that show, that's one of the ones our buddy Tom was in. Did you ever pull up the clip with Tom? He played, I think, bad guy of the week in an episode of Dexter.
I have not done that yet.
Oh, he was in the original Dexter
Tom
run.
Shanley.
Yeah, he played. It was Dexter's girlfriend's either ex or her landlord or something.
Yeah. So
Tom plays a good bad guy.
He does. He plays good everything. He's really great. Good character actor. Anyway, so this kid Patrick Gibson plays Dexter.
Okay.
Christian Slater is his dad or stepdad, adopted father. But and Harry Morgan, and then Deborah Morgan. Then so notable in here is a young Angel Batista. The Latin Hispanic, he's like Cuban detective.
Yeah.
And the guy he has has the same hat and everything else. It's like, dude, really? That's like so that's kind of fun. Patrick Dempsey is the police captain.
What?
Yeah. Sarah Michelle Gellar is the head of the forensics department. So it's pretty good. So Reno Wilson, who was from Mike and Molly, I don't know if you ever watched that.
I know of it.
Yeah. So Mike, whatever is Biglio, with the guy's name, that actor, his character, because he was a police officer, his partner was this guy. So it was I haven't seen him in anything. And it's like it took me half the first episode to remember where I knew him from.
Interesting.
But it's really well done on how it kind of ties in some of the things that you heard.
The guy that runs the TEA's new merch store does race spotting for Patrick Dempsey.
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny here because it just happened to be on IMDb, and there's this article, the greatest character actors of all time. And Tony Todd, who was also Candyman. Yeah. He recently passed away.
He did.
But it was kind of funny. I clicked on it because David Dashmation.
Yeah.
And he has a really good character, but nobody like recognizes his name, but he's been in so much.
Which is really weird because his name is like half of the alphabet, all in an order you would not expect it to be in.
Right. This is a really good list. You should all go look up IMDb list, greatest character actors of all times, current article that's out there. Jean Smart. She's done a ton. Paul Giamatti. Oh my God.
Yeah, he's great.
One of the best actors ever. Yeah. Really good. Anyway, Squirrel.
Oh, the Hound.
Rory McCann.
He's in what Ahsoka season 2?
Yeah, he's taken over for what's his name that died.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah, he's good. Clancy Brown,
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah,
character actor.
He was also in Dexter.
He was in the
New Blood.
He was in the Penguin. You watched the Penguin, right?
Yeah.
Of
course, the Highlander. He was the bad guy in the original Highlander. Peter Dinklage. And then Glenn Close. So this is a good list.
Character actors. We need to do another list episode soon.
We haven't done a list in a while.
We should come up with some lists.
Yeah, but I tell you, do not email us this week.
Why not?
Because we are migrating.
Oh, that's right.
The migration has begun.
Physically, you can hard mail us, like old school, write a letter, put a stamp on it.
It's socials. Yeah, send us a message on socials if you want to get a hold of us. Yeah. The email system, and regrettably, we can't. There's nothing really savable.
So all those emails you didn't realize we were getting.
Yeah.
Gone.
Well, and largely because a lot of those were not just through emails, through their little chat system thing that we didn't like. It's not supposed to be like that. Once we get everything migrated over and the new setup will go to email, everything will be clean.
Awesome.
So that'll be good. But the migration has begun. Currently, the domain is forwarded to
the migration has begun.
Yeah.
I just saw the entire cast of Ice Age.
Yeah,
walking through the
John Leguizamo, another good character actor.
Yeah,
yeah. So if you go to rumandnerdy.com, there's rumandnerdy.com. It actually will force push you to what is the new site while the migration happens, but it takes up to 6 days.
Yeah.
We had talked about doing a launch episode this week, but because it's like, hey, it's ones and zeros. We all know this is how it works. Click, okay, it's done. But because it's like one host, like registrar, I think they call it. Like, it's GoDaddy going like, no, we're going to make you wait as long as we can. We're not going to make it easier for you. And I honestly had to get on the phone with them 4 times to get it released.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, it was
from GoDaddy,
because they're like, oh, you have to unlock it before you do. Yeah, here's the screenshot of it unlocked. Oh, it shows on our side that it's still locked. Can you unlock it? Yep, sure. Just give it 90 minutes. And then 90 minutes later, nothing. 3 hours later, nothing.
It's electronic. Why does it show on your side different than it shows on my side? Why?
I'm like, this feels like one of those things where you're going to make it so hard that I give up and just stay. But I'm like, the other host,
we need to forward you
all of our other crap.
We're going to forward you to Marcus in our apathy department, and he's going to see how long he can stretch this out for, because he has a lunch bet going with 3 other customer service agents to see who can keep someone on the phone the longest.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder
hated
if any of the recordings of my customer service calls have been used for training or quality assurance purposes.
Well, and it's like part of it. I was on their little chat engine, and it times out. Like if
that's a mistake.
yeah, they're kind of like we're looking, and it's an AI driven, and eventually they like
the chat engine is like the quarter ran out, so now
and it's like
the timer hit 0. So
we're sorry, we need to validate
Sorry?
this. Can you we're gonna text you a code again? I'm like, you just texted me a code 10 minutes ago. Well, due to the timeout, blah blah blah. It's like you told me to respond. I responded. I was waiting, and you were like, we're looking this up. We'll be right back with you. And then it times out, and I have to start over. We apologize, sir. 3 times. 3 times in like 40 minutes.
yeah, those little chat bots that you get in the corner of web pages really make me yearn for Indian call centers because they're just they're fucking terrible. They're awful.
Yeah. Agreed. Anyway, so this is going on. Other just random things to talk about
Yeah.
because I haven't followed up with you on this.
Oh boy.
I found a much more affordable, highly rated piece of technology that will allow us to go video podcast
Really?
for under $400.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, it's a controller, mostly software driven, but the hardware, again, it allows for 4 different HDMI inputs.
Okay.
Weirdly, the microphone inputs into it are a little different. Like we would have to, because there's 2 microphone inputs, but you can, through the software, split those back into 4. So we can still do the 4 inputs.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the aggregate device like it's set up now.
Okay.
But it still does it in stereo, even though it's on 2 tip ring sleeves. 1/8 inch. This is kind of weird.
I get it.
So we would have to do some adapters and things and kind of basically it would be like, hey, we're going to, on one Saturday, we're going to rebuild the studio.
I get to open up my giant Tupperware container of connectors and pull random shit out. That's amazing.
But we would, most of what we have, we would rewire and rebuild the studio. But it recognizes the microphone source. You assign the microphone source to the camera.
Okay.
So whoever's talking, within reason, like, because sometimes we talk over each other.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to figure out is like if multiple people are talking or if you're able to go to the wide shot. So that like we have in our studio, since it's an audio, we have 3 microphones in the permanent studio.
You mean since the people listening to this can't see what you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, so we got 3 permanent microphones. We can set up for more, but we got 3 permanent microphones in this particular space. So the idea would be that we would have somehow mount a camera that is dedicated to those 3 and then do a wide over against the wall, do a wide shot that would pick up the room. And that periodically, what I want to see is if we can set it up to where if multiple cameras are going, it automatically goes to the wide shot.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, otherwise you can always sit there and hopefully have a
it's got kind of a hot button,
Yeah.
and there's some other, you can do triggers for like intros or like, we can set it up to where spoiler alert and all that stuff.
that thing that we don't use anymore.
I think we would use it if it was like kind of ready. We just don't like to edit. Like we like to just record and go.
I hate editing mid-record.
Yeah. Unless we like have to pause to look up something, but the editing,
Yeah. Brr.
Or like when we do the trailer episodes, I don't mind that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, I have been listening to other podcasts, and do you know the comedian Bill Burr?
Yeah.
So he has a podcast, and I often think about how we talk about, oh man, like this edit is going to sound weird, or should we pause it? Should we fix it? Should we do this? Should we do that? And there was an episode of Bill's podcast the other day where like the first 10 minutes of the podcast was in mono, and on the podcast, like middle of the thing, he's like, wait, hold on, what the fuck? This is only mono? What the hell? Hold on. I'm probably gonna have to edit all this shit out. Where's the thing? Is it this plug? Is it this whatever? And then he like just live diagnosed why he was only getting mono.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm probably gonna cut all this out anyway. He didn't. Spoiler alert. And you just listen to him diagnose a technical issue live on the podcast, and you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm committed, I'm there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
At some point in time, it just doesn't matter. It's fun to listen to somebody troubleshoot shit and think through it in real time.
Well, I think that's part of it. It's why going to video, like I don't want to go to video until we can do it as kind of easy and seamless as we do it now. Because it's so, like, going back and listening to when we did a lot of editing, it was like when we do the movie trailer ones where, like, there's times that it makes sense. But in general, when we're just talking,
and you
shit.
and you plan for it, you have everything laid out, and you're like, it's going to work. Yeah.
Our trailer episodes are going to be a lot better with video, though. Some trailers, there's trailers that we're like, we're going to review this, and then we watch the trailer and like, there's no talking.
This is a fucking badass trailer. I can't wait to talk about it. And from an audio standpoint, it's nothing but robots fucking. Like there's nothing that you're gonna pick up.
It's a really good soundtrack.
Yeah, it was Transformers. That's one of the ones we were talking about. You listen to it, honestly, it sounds like a vacuum cleaner forcing itself onto a KitchenAid blender. And you're just like, it's like, yeah, nobody wants to listen to this.
Yeah.
Unless you see the millions of dollars of CGI, you're missing out.
Right. Well, we'll have to do one of those coming up soon. There's I think Disney just released a statement where they're saying that they're
building a theme park in Abu Dhabi.
Well, there's that whole other thing, but they're saying their movie slate for the next 16 months, they believe is the strongest movie slate that they've had in 15 years, but
let me tell you, if they can tune out all of the bullshit comments that float around on the internet and just deliver content like Andor, oh my God, Andor is incredible. Yeah. And spoiler alert, Acolyte was equally as incredible. Well, slightly less incredible because Andor has such a strong Rogue One base behind it.
Yeah, and like honestly, I do agree that like some of the singing and some of that other stuff, there were some points in Acolyte that just didn't need to happen.
Maybe, but I think Acolyte was a lot better than everyone gave it credit for.
1,000 times better.
And I think that
I just don't think it's.
And I
don't think it's even near Andor.
And the way Sony was peer pressured into changing the way Sonic the Hedgehog looked in the Sonic movies, I think Disney was peer pressured into canceling Acolyte because a bunch of internet trolls said that it sucked, and I think that that's bullshit.
Absolutely,
and I'm really glad,
shit needs to stop.
And I'm really glad that Andor is highly critically acclaimed and everybody loves it because it is incredible. So I keep it
totally
up,
agree.
Keep it up, Disney. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The last episodes, and you're not there yet. So episode 9 is the last one. Episodes 8 and 9 in Andor might be some of the best television I have seen in a decade.
Jeez.
It's whatever you think Andor has done to date from a social commentary standpoint or setting up plots and characters and blah, blah, blah. Fucking 8 and 9. Episode 8 and 9 of Andor. Season 2.
Well, I'll probably watch 8 tonight.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to not watch 9. You're going to watch 8 and you're like, oh, God damn it. And you're going to watch 9.
Yeah. I don't have to get up in the morning. Whatever. Fuck it.
They're that good.
Okay.
Holy shit.
I'll watch it. I want to bring everything back to home because we shared some stories about your mom and everything and our moms, and I want to bring up we've been talking about a weekend out in Las Vegas with Shannon and Dave and us and our significant others going out to Las Vegas for a weekend. And I'm excited because the Sphere is going to be having the Wizard of Oz in the Sphere, and they're expanding it. They're like using an AI. They said
they're expanding the Wizard of Oz from a content standpoint, not expanding the Sphere from an infrastructure standpoint.
Well, and they're not expanding the movie into a longer movie. They're just using AI to recreate the content outside of the frame that has been captured.
Yeah,
You know,
because if you think of a standard movie, really high def is 4K. The Sphere is 16K.
Well, it's not just that.
Well,
It's like, so there's one scene.
I'm saying not just from a resolution standpoint. I'm saying picture a 4K box in
16
front
by
of
9.
you, and then you need to add 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
You need
So
to, you
it's a
need
lot
to
of screens.
increase the number of those screens. That's the physical volume of content that needs to exist.
The easiest way to, like, what they're doing is there's one scene where the school teacher that wants to take Toto away, that eventually is the Wicked Witch, she comes to the house, and in an establishing shot at the beginning, they show the uncle who's leaning against the doorframe over on the side of the room, and they never show him again.
The camera pans. He's over there. He's just He exists in that spot.
They establish he's in the room.
That spot is never shown again.
Yeah. What they're doing is you will see the entirety of the room the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So he is just in the scene the whole time over on the other side of the screen leaning against the doorframe.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind, this is what they're explaining. So it's like, if you're used to saying, okay, well, Dorothy and this person is in this frame and then they cut to this. No, it's recut to where you're in the room and you see everything. From your perspective, you're just in the room watching the things that take place in the room.
Can we go on Dark Side of the Moon night?
Right?
That would be fucking awesome. Have you ever done that?
Mm-mm.
We should. Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Dark Side of the Moon night at the Sphere?
Have you ever played The Wizard of Oz while listening to The Dark Side of the Moon?
No, but I am familiar with that. I haven't done it.
Oh man.
We'll have to do that.
Okay.
We'll have to do that. Anyway,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I want to bring that up because being from Kansas, all jokes aside, it's Wizard of Oz is like it's a thing, right? It's a thing for people from Kansas. And ironically, for me working in entertainment, my first time I ever did anything in entertainment really, and this is dumb, but it's true. When I was in 4th grade, I went to Ryan Benninghoven Elementary School, which was the land was attached to the land for Shawnee Mission Northwest High School, where I went to high school. They were adjacent. Yeah. So when I was, it was 1984-ish, 1984, the high school was doing a production of The Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
So they asked the grade school, hey, we want some grade schoolers to come play Munchkins in this.
Nice.
And we're like, I'm like, yeah, I'll sign up, whatever. And so I signed up and I was in it. And I was also asked to be a child in Oz. And because this huge production, everything else, they asked the parents to help with costumes. So my mom bought a sewing machine and everything else and bought patterns and she made me my costume.
Nice.
This green, terrible, ugly. I mean, it was the design, but this kind of like, where you had this cape and all this other stuff, but she made my costumes. And, I just always remember that, like she jumped in and really helped me participate in that. And so that play and that story is Wizard of Oz is kind of special to me because it reminds me of a part of my childhood, reminds me of the beginning of this weird journey that was theater and then film and then theme parks and everything else that we do now.
Yeah.
Thinking about my mom, I think about her making me that costume.
That's awesome. My the only thing I have as a close equivalent is my mom knitted me a Doctor Who scarf.
Nice.
From the 4th Doctor, and it's a legit, probably 8 to 10 foot long scarf.
Nice.
And it's pretty awesome. So I was Doctor Who for Halloween, and I still have the scarf to this day. So if you see me and you're like, that's not screen accurate, you're like, it's not screen accurate, but my mom made it.
I love it.
Still cool. So
okay, all that we're gonna wrap up. thank you to our moms, to our mother-in-laws, to our wives who are mothers to our kids, to our wives who are stepmoms. Thank you to every woman who steps up to help a child have an amazing life and is loved. So thanks to all of you. Other than that, thank you to, it's not a mother, but it's kind of a motherfucker. Thank you, Dave Martin.
DoubleDavePro.com.
Love that guy. Hope to see him soon. You can check us out on our website soon, rumandnerdy.com. That's rumandnerdy.com. And technically, I think I have it set up, unless it's like really depending where it is in the migration, it pushes to the new site. So I think you can see the new site. It's officially done. If you go there, look for the Easter eggs, click on everything.
Oh, yeah. There's
literally, if you hover over something and it looks like you can click it. I guarantee you're going to fucking love it.
And send us stuff. Send us your comments. We'll mail you shit in response.
Yeah.
I still have a stack of enduring clusterfuck operation patches things. Yeah. Well, we love handing those out at conventions.
Yeah.
Socials at Rum and Nerdy, also A&D.
Yeah, and then again, eventually, not this particular week, but show at rumandnerdy.com.
Well, the website, or the email always works.
Yeah. Well, it's in the migration too, because it's still attached to the domain of the host.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
So at some point, it's going to click off, and I will have to reset it up. But if you email us if you email us and an hour later it clicks off, I didn't get to read it. It's gone forever. So I would just don't email us this week, or the week of this release. Within next episode, by next episode and beyond, it will work fine. So just this week, send us messages for social media.
Okay, where does that take us? May 16th? Don't email us before May 16th.
Between May 9th and May 16th of 2025.
Yeah, there you go.
Contact us through social media. But other than that,
stay nerdy, my friends.
May the good Lord be with you down every road you ride. And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. May you grow to be proud, dignified, and true. And do unto others as you'd have done to you. Be courageous and be brave, and in my heart you'll always stay forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young. May good fortune be with you, may your guiding light be strong. Build a stairway to heaven with a prince or a vagabond. And may you never love in vain, and in my heart you will remain forever young, forever young, forever young, forever young.
Good morning, honey. I'm sorry, I didn't make you breakfast. But our son did. Da-da-da.
Happy Mother's Day, Mommy.
Oh, honey, this is so great. Are you the sweetest? Thank you, sweetheart. I am so lucky to be your mommy. The day you were born was the best day of my life.
What was it like?
The day you were born, it was amazing.
Okay, only a few more centimeters and you'll be ready, okay?
How much bigger bigger to the whole guy.
Just breathe.
Were you scared, Mommy?
Oh no, I was excited. I had a big smile on my face the whole time. Didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
Guys, we're gonna have to perform an episiotomy.
No, don't cut my butthole in half.
Were you scared?
Why does it look like that?
No, but daddies don't get scared.
I'm not ready!
You're not a man!
Then what happened?
The nice doctor came in and told us it was time.
So I think
Where have you been, you stupid whore? And then she told me to give one little push.
he's having one more push.
My pooping!
No, baby, no! It's okay.
And one little push, and you were born. And you were the most beautiful baby in the whole world.
Why does he look like that? Why is he yellow? Is that normal?
Why is he so ugly? And that's what happened on the best day of my life.
I love you, Mommy.
Oh, I love you too, honey.
Mommy,
Yeah?
I had an accident last night.
Oh, well, I'm sure Daddy cleaned it up.
No, I wanted you to clean it.